everybody, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, and today you're with Nick and Knarf, two brothers in Tucson, bringing you music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, both ways. Today we're going with an American songwriter who has quite a personal history and quite a remarkable musical history. Who would that be, young man Frank?
That man is the great James Taylor, and we are doing today an album side of James Taylor from his fantastic second album, Sweet Baby James.
1970, wow.
Can you believe it? Let me tell you a little bit about James. James Taylor was born in 1948 in Massachusetts. He is a 6-time Grammy winner. He sold over 33 million singles and albums in a discography that includes 20 studio albums, 6 compilation albums, 5 live albums, a tribute album, 9 video albums, an EP, and 42 singles.
Wow.
And he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000.
You know, during this era of the late 60s, early 70s, there were quite a few really good, I'm going to call them kind of like a country rock and also folk. And, you know, you think of course, James Taylor. You think of,
Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens. And there were a few others. But James was probably at the top of that list, don't you think?
Absolutely. Of the men, definitely. Well, along with Simon and Garfunkel, but that's a duet, you know, and maybe a few other singers. But James Taylor really coalesced that sound, that unique kind of soft rock, but mostly folk when he first started. And then he evolved more into sort of pop rock and kind of more mainstream sounds. And he did covers of other songs and updated a number of them. But all the songs on this album, with the exception of Oh Susanna, were written by James Taylor.
Yeah.
Sweet Baby James, like Nick said, it came out in 1970. The album rose to number 3. It was nominated for Album of the Year. Oh. The song Fire and Rain rose to number 3.
Never made number 1?
No, it didn't reach number 1.
Wow.
The album itself has sold over 3 million copies worldwide. It is listed at number 182 on Rolling Stone's top 500 albums of all time.
Wow.
And in 2002, the album was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. So this is a monumental album.
It is worthy. It is worthy.
Absolutely. And we're going to play basically the first side. We're going to skip Oh Susanna and jump to maybe the first song of track 2, side 2, which is Fire and Rain, because we got to include it on any kind of cover.
Now,
here.
Frank told me some interesting facts about him that I had no idea. I didn't realize that he had put himself into an institution, a mental institution.
He suffered from depression early on. He went through some very severe depression. A very sensitive man, you know, had a hard time in school because he wasn't ambitious, but he wanted to create and write, and he had grappled with that most all of his young adult life. And he got into drugs. As you know, he was addicted to heroin for quite a while. So he had some very turbulent times. But during those turbulent times, he made a mark for himself in the music business and has become one of the giants.
He did really piss me off, though, when he married Carly Simon. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, he married her in I think it was 72, and they were married till 1983. But yeah, so James Taylor, interesting guy. So before we get started on our album side tribute to the great James Taylor, we'd like to invite you to please subscribe. He's with Knarf and I'm with Nick. That's what these t-shirts say. Yeah. Please subscribe, like, and share if you like what you're going to hear, and you haven't subscribed yet. We'd love to have you be a part of the tribe.
What are you waiting for?
That's right. It's free. It's cheap. And hit the notification bell, too. Let you know when we're putting out our videos. And all our subscribers, we want to thank you very much.
And, you know, before we go any farther, we have to have a shout out to our favorite Major League Baseball team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, for persevering, coming through, and winning back-to-back World Series.
Absolutely. We love our Dodgers. We're originally from L.A. We used to live like a mile and a half.
No, it was a mile.
A mile.
A mile exactly from Dodger Stadium. There was one night in 1964, Frankie and I used to love being outside, and we'd be throwing baseballs around all the time. Actually, it was aluminum foil wrapped up, and, you know, we would play home run derby. Anyway, you know, when you were listening to Vince Scully, it was maybe 2 or 3 seconds behind what was actually happening. And I will never forget, Ken McMullen hit a grand slam home run. I think it was 64. And we heard the crowd erupting. And then as we were listening to the radio, we heard that he had hit a grand slam. So that's how close we lived to Dodger Stadium. So we're diehards.
Yeah, but great job, Dodgers. We're looking forward to a three-peat next year. But anyway, let's get into our tribute to James Taylor. Here's the first track from the album. We're just going to play them in sequence and we'll talk about them afterwards. So here is the first track, Sweet Baby James.
Never heard of it.
There is a young cowboy who lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companions. Works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyons, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer, and closing his eyes as the dogies retire. He sings out a song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Good night, you moonlight ladies, rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Now the 1st of December was covered with snow. So was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Lord, the Berkshires seemed dreamlike on account of that frosting. With 10 miles behind me and 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highway, a song that they sing when they take to the sea, a song that they sing of their home in the sky. Maybe you can believe it if it helps you to sleep. But singing works just fine for me. So good night, you moonlight ladies, rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane.
Beautiful. Here's the second song on the album, Lo and Behold.
Lonely by day, empty and cold, only to say, lo and behold, deep in the night, down in my dreams, glorious sight this soul has seen. There's a well on the hill you just can't kill for Jesus. There's a well on the hill, let it be. I don't build no heathen temples where the Lord has done laid his hand. Now there's a well on the hill, let it be. Everyone's talking about the gospel story. Some shall sink and some shall rise. Everyone's talking about the train to glory. Long, long time till it gets here to you, baby. There's a well on the hill you just can't kill for Jesus. There's a well on the hill, let it be. I don't build no heathen temples where the Lord has done laid a hand. There's a well on the hill, let it be.
I was lo and behold.
Usually the well's at the bottom of the hill.
Here's Sunny Skies.
Love this song.
Sunny sky sleeps in the morning. He doesn't know when to rise. He closes his weary eyes upon the day. Look at him yawning, throwing his morning hours away. He knows how to ease down slowly. Everything is fine in the end, and you will be pleased to know the sunny skies hasn't a friend. Sunny skies weeps in the evening. It doesn't much matter why. I guess he just has to cry from time to time. Everyone's leaving, and Sunny Skies has to stay behind. Still he knows how to ease down slow. Oh no, everything is fine in the end, and you will be pleased to know the Sunny Skies hasn't a friend. Sunny Skies sleeps in the morning. He doesn't know when to rise. Closes his weary eyes upon the day and throws it all away. Looking at the snow and trees that grow outside my window. Looking at the things that pass me by. Wondering if where I've been is worth the things I've been through. Ending with a friend named Sunny Skies.
You don't hear songs too much where the drummer's playing the brushes.
No, those brushes, that's really nice. Really nice. Anyway, the next track is Funky Steamroller.
Well, I'm a steamroller, babe. I'm bound to roll all over you. Yes, I'm a steamroller now, babe.
Electric guitar he's playing on this
I'm
one.
bound to roll all over you. I'm gonna inject your soul with some sweet rock and roll and shoot you full of rhythm and blues. Well, I'm a cement mixer, a churning urn of burning funk. Yes, I'm a cement mixer for you, babe. A churning urn of burning funk. Well, I'm a demolition derby, yeah. A hefty hunk of steaming junk. Whoa, whoa.
Come the horns.
a napalm bomb, babe, just guaranteed to blow your mind. Yeah, I'm a napalm bomb for you, baby. Whoa, guaranteed, just don't guarantee to blow your mind, yeah. And if I can't have your love for my own now, sweet child, won't be nothing left behind. It seems how lately, babe, got a bad case of steamroller blues.
It's sweet and funky. You ought to hear the live version. He does a live version where he just really cranks it up. It's on his greatest hits album. You should check it out.
Napalm bomb. You know, we all kind of grew to know what napalm was during the Vietnam War. You know, we heard it all the time.
But tasty, funky song. Okay, this is one of the two singles from the album that was a hit. This is Country Road.
Piano.
Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same. Mama don't understand it. She wants to know where I've been. I'd have to be some kind of natural born fool to wanna pass that way again. But you know I could feel it on a country road. Sail on home to Jesus, won't you, good girls and boys? I'm all in pieces, you can have your own choice. But I can hear a heavenly band full of angels, and they're coming to set me free. I don't know nothing about the wild wind, but I can tell you that it's bound to be, because I could feel it, child, yeah, on a country road. I guess my feet know where they want me to go, walking on a country road, yeah. Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same, child. Mama don't understand it. She wants to know where I've been. I have to be some kind of natural born fool. I wanna pass that way again, but I could feel it, Lord, on a country road. Walk on down, walk on down, walk on down, walk on down, walk on down a country road. La 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 country road. Oh yeah, walking on a country road.
55 years ago.
Country road.
Yeah, I love that song. This album, I played the hell out of this album, man, for so long. It was such a tremendous album. And it was the second one. His first album had some nice stuff, but didn't resonate like this one. And especially this song. Now, technically, this song is the first track on side 2. I did not play the final track, which is his cover of Oh Susanna, the traditional old country song. But this song rose to number 3, was his biggest hit. Like I said, it was one of the most admired songs ever written. It's dedicated to his friend, a girl named Suzanne, who he mentions in the album, who committed suicide while James Taylor was in England recording his first album. This is a beautiful, powerful song, and I'm sure you probably heard it. If you haven't, let's listen to it again. Here it is, Fire and Rain.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. And I won't make it any other way. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain now.
Boy, that song is loaded with so much drama. The music really adds so much power to those incredible lyrics. I mean, really potent lyrics, right, Nick? Don't you think?
Well, Frank was telling me also about Sweet Dreams and Flying Machines and Pieces on the Ground had to do with a band that broke up. What were they called?
Flying Machine. The Flying Machine. It was James Taylor's band, and he was very depressed because the band didn't come together like he hoped it would. They were forming, they were trying to get things going, and the band fell apart. So that was like his sweet dream of them having a new musical career with this band.
I'll be honest with you, when that song first came out, I thought she died in a plane crash. You know, Flying Machine and Pieces on the Ground. That, you know, I didn't realize.
There's a lot of backstory to this. Is very powerful, but God, what drama that builds with the drums, you know, boom, 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 boom. I mean, you feel the storm, you know, about the rain, you know, you hear like the thunder of that and the power of it dramatically, the piano parts but just the lyrics are so
can't
potent.
Get over the fact that it didn't make number one. Because that song, everybody heard that, listened to it, bought it. You know, gosh, that album must have sold him millions.
Yeah, this album sold well over 3 million copies. Like I said, sold over 3 million in the U.S. and I think over 100,000 copies in England. And then who knows what else it sold around the world. But
crazy.
A brilliant album. And we wanted to present a whole half for you because this is one of the top 500 albums of all time from who has now become one of the most iconic performers in rock and roll and in popular music, a real giant, James Taylor. His next album was even big. Mudslide Slim and the Blue Horizon was maybe bigger in sales-wise, but this one had more organic impact. Yes. I think it really affected people much more powerfully because it was so genuine, so sincere in all the material.
By the way, you mentioned Cat Stevens. I was also thinking John Denver, obviously another one.
Yeah,
you know,
John Denver was big.
There were those kind of artists that just because of not only the lyrics, but the way they
Jim
sung.
Croce, he was starting to build a career.
Yes, that's a great
There were
one.
a number of other solo guys who were really starting to take off. Harry Chapin was getting bigger at that time, too. But anyway, what did you think about
Gordon Lightfoot?
Gordon Lightfoot. Jeez, he mentioned Gordon Lightfoot. What did you think of James Taylor? Leave us your comments, please. We'd love to hear what your James Taylor experience. Have you ever seen him in concert? What are your favorite James concerts?
Is he still performing now? Do you know?
I think he's up there. He's like 78, but I think he's still performing from time to time. I don't know if he's recorded much lately.
You said he was born in 46?
48. So he's 3 years older than me, 77 years old, but a giant of rock music. And if you like what you heard and you have not yet, please consider subscribing. Hit the like icon for us. Share. Tell your friends about Nick and Knarf. We care for your ears. And we do special things like album sides from some of the greatest albums of rock and pop and folk and rhythm and blues.
And we even do comedy. We've done
That's right.
some pretty funny stuff, which includes.
Hey, did you hear the one about?
No, I'm talking about like the one where we talking about the Fab Four doing Christmas songs.
Yeah. Some fun stuff. We have a variety of content we know you'll enjoy, so I hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't. Hope you enjoyed it today.
Welcome back.
Anyway, and all our subscribers, we thank you for all your support. But anyway, on behalf of Nick and Knarf, I want to thank you for joining us for our tribute to James Taylor and Sweet Baby James, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time on Nick and Knarf.
Love you guys. Take care.
Peace out and ciao bambini.